everybody, and welcome to Tuesday. Snowy Tuesday at that. Who knew we were going to wake up to as much snow as we did? That's kind of depressing. It's only November 15th. It's not time for snow. It's time for 50 degrees in football in Turkey. Almost. We're almost there. Hang in. 2 more weeks. Next week, 2 more weeks until Turkey Day. And then, snow's acceptable after that. December 1st, snow acceptable. Before December, not acceptable at all. But here we are. I just wanted to pop on and give a quick update for today, how things are shaping up. Throughout this week, I think we saw a positive development today, and just wanted to share that with you guys, at least in the two things. I guess positive if you're a buyer in market. One thing is that, this week over the last 7 days, or not necessarily this week, over the last 7 days in the Cedar Rapids market, we've been seeing quite a substantial number of price decreases happening, and actually more price decreases than new listings hitting the market. And that definitely tells us that things are, slowing down a little bit. Those interest rates that were very high, around 6.5%, 7% even for some time, definitely cooled the market off, scared a few buyers out of market. And if you were a buyer in market at that time, definitely understandable that you're waiting and seeing kind of where things develop. And I think that's where today we actually saw rates dip under 6% for the first time in quite a while. And so I think that's a pretty big, I don't want to say milestone, but it's a pretty big development. If you're a buyer in market and you have a lender that's offering a rate under 6% and you qualify for it, you have the ability to lock that rate in for 30 days. And sometimes even a little bit longer, depending on the scenario. Or you even have the option to buy the rate down further. So you could get something under, 5.5%, something around there. So if you are a buyer in market, you've been waiting for rates to soften a little bit, well, this might be your perfect opportunity. And this, paired well with what we're seeing on screen, which is a large number of price decreases happening in market. We have 1,000 homes somewhere in that range on the market in Cedar Rapids, and if 136% of them have done price decreases over the last 7 days, that's 10% of the market's seen a price reduction. So if you're a buyer, you have a couple of things going well for you. Prices are falling, homes are sitting on market a little bit longer. Rates have just improved pretty substantially from where they have been, back in that, a little over 5.5% range, depending on where you're getting your rate. And now you have the ability to lock in a rate that you like, see a couple of homes that have been sitting on market for a little bit, certainly much less competition among buyers. And we've even, I think I mentioned this yesterday, we've even been seeing concessions come back in, sellers to credit money at closing in some cases. So, you're getting sort of the things that you used to get as a buyer. You're not having to compete with 15 other offers and drive the price way up. In fact, maybe you're getting a little bit of a price break and a rate that you like. So, if you've been looking and just not really sure when the right time is, the right time could be now. If it is, give us a call. We'd love to help you. We'd love to get you set up on a home search and let you see the things that are out there. If you don't have a lender that you work with, we do have lenders that we work with that are great, that can help you get pre-approved, help you lock in a rate, and then it's just really off to the races at that point. And the good news is, if you have a 30-day closing, if you everything kind of goes smoothly, you get pre-approved, you find a place that you like fairly quickly, you're able to get an accepted offer with a 30-day close, it still puts you in the house before Christmas. And that's pretty cool to be settled down, in time for holidays, maybe hosting the holidays at your new place this year. But I just wanted to take a look at these as well. So this is a side-by-side graph. They're the same things. One is just what we looked at on Friday, which is the blue line is the number of active listings in market, and the green line is the number of home sales. Now, again, these are points in time, right? So you can see November is a little bit lower on last Friday than it is here, but actually inventory is kind of stagnant or maybe down a little bit. So we should see these two lines probably come together closer as the month progresses and sales continue to close, and depending on if new inventory is hitting the market or not. So two interesting points, I think, to take a look at. The other is, where did we go? The treasury rate. So this is why we're seeing mortgage rates come down a little bit, is you can see this dip in the 10-year Treasury rate over the last couple of days. And then today, even, it's started to decline a bit more. And some of this is because of this economic data that we see. The producer price index final demand is, let's go back for a second. We see that it came in at 0.2% and projection was 0.4%. And what that means is wholesale prices are slowly rising again, and they point to a softening in U.S. inflation. And so we pop back over to the inflation data that we got last week, and obviously we saw the CPI number come in under projections. I think official projection was like 7.9% or something, and it came in at 7.7%. So we see this sort of reiterated, or I guess rather this softening reiterated here in this the producer price final demand. So that's why we keep watching things like this, and we see sort of how the market is transpiring. If we take a look at the stock market today, the S&P, and typically I look at the S&P just in sort of the three major indexes, right? See how things are going. They all kind of follow similar patterns, but for whatever reason, I like the S&P the best. And, we're seeing a green market today so far, but you see this green line here is the 200-day moving average. And so those are usually typically pretty big resistance points. And if we overlay some trend graphics here, you can see sort of this greater downward trend, and we talked about this a little bit yesterday. So you see two sort of downward pressures converging around 4,100 or the high 4,000s. So we really, kind of expect this to keep ticking up throughout this week. As long as these numbers keep coming in, with positive signs, then we'll expect this to keep pushing up. And who knows, depending on how the week really trends out, maybe we see it push past this and break this broader trend a little bit. That's certainly possible. And if that happens, then we'll look to see probably the Treasury rate, where we go, the Treasury rate continuing to improve. Maybe mortgage rates get a little bit better, and things start to speed up a little bit in terms of where the market was going previously. But again, just to kind of reiterate and recap, if you're a buyer in market right now might be the right time. If you've been looking over the last 30 days, rates are certainly better today than they have been in the last 30 days. This data shows that there is, sales are slowing down. Things are sitting on market a little bit. We're seeing price reductions. So maybe you get a better price, maybe you get a better rate, and and you have less competing offers, and so maybe you can get something on your terms. But if you're in market and it's something that you've been thinking about, definitely give us a call. We'd love to help you figure out however you can, or however we can, to help you get pre-approved, connect you with our network of vendors that always provides great, reliable service, a good client experience, and is there to service and get you what you truly need. So give us a call, stop by the website. We'd love to get you set up on a custom home search to really deliver properties to you for what you're looking for. But we'll keep an eye on these numbers as they continue to come out this week. Again, retail sales tomorrow's good, price index good, production's good, and then home builders index is another one we'll look at tomorrow. So stay tuned. We will definitely continue to keep an eye on things. Thank you guys for tuning in today. A little bit of a shorter update, but be sure to like the stream. Be sure to like the page if you haven't. Any shares, comments, helpful. Definitely let us know what, if you guys have any questions, what content you want to see. But appreciate you guys tuning in. Hope you guys have a good week. Stay safe out there on the roads, and we will chat with you guys probably tomorrow. Have a good day.